before I even get to talking, here's the video of DK Metcalf at practice getting a fight with Taylor, and I want you guys to watch this, and then I'll get to talking.
Defenses are going to have to figure out who they're going to take away. Like you have Fant that can at the tight end. Oh, we got a little fisticuffs going with DK and the defensive line. I don't know if that's smart.
I don't think anybody is going to win in that one. Yeah. I think it's pretty typical.
One of my favorite parts of the entire fight that you'll see here again too is that they did throw a flag, and I think the throwing the flag was kind of hilarious because it's a exhibition. It's training camp, and it's just getting a little chippy. Now, I'm a big Seahawks fan. I'm a big DK Metcalf guy, and I'm a big Darrell Taylor guy, and like it's just, to me, no big deal. And it was made somewhat of a half big deal by some people on Twitter, and the other half of Twitter was like, who cares? It's literally, training camp, and we kind of need this guy to be chippy. A guy like DK Metcalf is now coming in as the leader of the Seahawks. He's a guy that's coming in to, become like a young vet. I know he's like 23, 24 years old, so he's going to be 24, 25, because he'll be free agent at 28 now. But we signed him to a 3-year deal to be part of the leaders of this team. Because if they didn't believe that, let's just be honest for a second. If the Seahawks didn't believe this guy was one of the leaders of the team, they wouldn't re-sign him 3 years while we don't really know what our quarterback situation is going to be, while we don't really know how productive him and Tyler Lockett can be with a guy like Geno Smith and Drew Lock. And that's no shade at any of the receivers or the quarterbacks, but we're going from Russell Wilson to potentially a Drew Lock, Geno Smith. Your numbers are going to reduce, and we're paying them like top guys. So I'm just interested to see, what does this mean? And how is it all going to work out? But that's why I don't think this fight's a big deal. At the end of the day, the Seahawks believe this guy's a leader, and he's just being chippy on the field, which is what we need. And don't forget, when the Seahawks were their best a few years back, let's talk, time flies, like 8, 9, 10 years ago, or even 7 years ago. Richard Sherman's, Cam Chancellor's, Earl Thomas, Doug Baldwin is known as ADB, Angry Doug Baldwin. We had a chip on our shoulders, and having a chip is good. So I make nothing of a big deal about this DK Metcalf little fight with Taylor, because I think it shows that this team has some chippiness to them. They care, and they're trying to prove people wrong. I like that. I like when there's some badass to your team. So I say no big deal. Scale of 1 to 10, I will give it a 2, because if this type of stuff is happening when the Seahawks are losing games, I'll take back the win. If they're losing games, if they're 2-7 this year and this is happening, I'd say big deal. But this is a good sign right now. Everybody's motivated. So let's just call it not a big deal.